been away with the family for a week, so obviously no videos. You can hear some ping pong going on in the background.
Hello.
That's them idiots. So what we're doing today, I'm just going to crack on with it, show you what we're doing. It's probably not going to be very long because it's going to be really boring. This time I got to this point here where we welded in this sill extension, which I'm really pleased with. What I want to do today is tidy all this gunk off, all of the paint off over here, and it'd be nice if I can get a coat. I'm going to take this off, which I've been meaning to do forever. It'd be nice to then see what we've got, clean it up properly, and put some primer on it. Also, I've got some etch primer, which I'm going to use. I've also got some rust changing stuff and bits and bobs, but clean it all up, put some primer on it, and then maybe, if it dries in time, put some underbody on and call it a day. I do also need to finish off the welds down here, actually, so probably that's what I'm going to do first, is just zip up these welds. Job's a good one. Right, I spent some time going over bits and bobs really, so I've plugged up all the tech screw holes, sort of welded this part together here, start taking tech screws out, brought a few more welds in. So I think for today I'm going to concentrate on cleaning this area off and priming it up. I think that'd be a good place to start, and probably doable in the next hour or two that I've got, and then I can focus on this part next time. I'm not going to prime or do anything to the inner wing because I can do that when it's back on its side, but I will spend some time cleaning up around here because once the steering rack and suspension and everything else is in place, that's going to be really tricky to get to. So there we are. Before I do any of that, I'm going to slightly bring down some of the welds, not too much. I'm not, not concourse, and actually it's quite nice for people to see where it's been welded. So yeah, quick bit of grinding down and a bit of cleaning off. It's going to get messy. Mask will be a bit shinier, isn't it? Crikey. I know it's going to be a relatively short video, but I think I've been on this for at least 2 hours now. Very, very thirsty. I think that's the first thing I'd say. So it's very hot today. I'm going to get a drink, maybe have a sandwich or something. It's nice to see the that hasn't gone in my lungs, which is good. Even better than that really is I don't think I've really found any more rust. I was a little bit worried that, the way this whole thing's gone is that every time I think I'm making progress, there's just rust. Now there is a little bit of pitting around here and a little hole there. Oh, can you see that there? Do you think right now I can be asked the answer to cut this out and do it again? No is the answer. So I'm going to put some rust cure on there. I might just put a little weld in there. Anyway, the good news is this area down here is looking remarkably good. It was primed before, which is great. Don't think this is not me, by the way. This is the previous work. So you can see how many times it's been reworked. Yeah, it's all okay, isn't it? It's all okay. It does the job. It's not going anywhere now. Well, hopefully one day it will go somewhere. That'd be exciting, but it won't fall to pieces in the process. So I'm going to get a drink. I forgot to grind, well, not grind, but use that disc stripper, on here. So I'll go over that, and then I think it's going to be a bit of hard graft, unfortunately, and get onto this with the wire brush. A lot of places that I can't really get to, and I keep putting it off, but I do need to take that off. It's really important I cut that off so that I can actually get around there. So anyway, yeah, nice big drink, maybe a sandwich, cheese and pickle, sounds good, and then back on it, and then priming. Well, that's exciting, isn't it? That is exciting. Anyway, thank you. I mean, she's got the right idea, isn't she? Bloody brilliant. So I did have a cheese and pickle sandwich, and I know people are very interested by this, so I've had a little handful of raspberries and some crisps. So there you go. I also spent another 2 hours having had lunch, still cleaning, and I've decided that I'm just going to put a little weld in through here because it hasn't been welded in the past. It's only been welded on the inside. I mean, not that it's gone rusty or anything, but it'll stop a bit of water collecting. And I'm going to put a little Just a little weld on that pinhole, so long as it doesn't make it worse. And then I've just got a little bit more cleaning to do up here around that lug. And I'm virtually there, just, you know, odds and sods like that. Managed to get under there quite nicely. Needs going over one more time, I think. But we're there or thereabouts with shiny metal, so that's great. So I weld this up, spend another probably 20 minutes going over it, and then I think I'll do etch primer first. I'm not going to put the rust cure stuff on, it doesn't need it. Etch primer, and then sealant, seam sealant, not that it needs too much, a bit around there it does. And then got some underbody seal, so that's that half done, hopefully. So there we are. Well, that's that. I really don't think I can do much more. There's bits and bobs here and there. I've been working on this for hours. It's pretty impressive, doesn't it? I think. Don't know if it is or not. I think it looks all right. So what I'm going to use is a bit of etch primer to begin with. Go over all the raw metal. Now I do know there's all different types and people have their opinions. I just think for what I'm using this for, this is going to be fine. I could do 2-part epoxy, this, that and the other, but I'm just going to be poodling around in it. I'm not going to be driving it as my daily car, hopefully, unless something goes really wrong in my life. But in which case, this will be absolutely fine. Yeah, so I'm going to make a start. See how I get on. Do a little sample area around maybe that sill extension and wait for that to dry. Then hopefully get a bit of seam sealer on. That'd be good. So there we are. All right, wish me luck. That's sort of half a can's done, sort of one coat. It's a bit thin in places, but that's okay. I intend on going over a couple more times. It's also starting to dry already, which is good. It's a nice warm day. I've put the other can out in the sun, so it's got a bit of heat running through it. Should be able to get a nice even finish on it. I do hate using primer though, because I'll show you some of your sketchy welding. So I mean, like, what's that? Never noticed that. Just brings up all the bits and bobs that you've missed. But to be honest with you, I mean, don't forget I've flattened the tops as well, and there's a bit of a ridge. So all in all, it's not too bad. It will do. It will do for me. I mean, please don't forget that's not all my welding. That's been welded about 4 times in its life, so it's really, really piled up around there. But either way, we can do another coat or so, and then maybe we'll have a bit of time to put the seam sealer on. That'd be good. But it's nice to see something a bit different on it, rather than just metal. So, a bit of progress. So it's not going to be very exciting, but live action spray, maybe? I'll speed it up, I think. It's going to be dull. Alright, there you go. That was exciting, wasn't it? That's the second coat. Let that dry for 15-20 minutes. Third coat. Done. That's how this third coat. I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to put some seam sealer on. So the seam sealer I've got is, I think it's called Tiger, but it's used in a sorry, I'm going to cough. Sorry. It's used in a mastic gun, and I am so crap at masticing, it's unbelievable. So that will be interesting. Let's get this dried, and then we'll pick it up from there. I thought you might want to laugh, and I'll film some of me masticking on, well, it's not masticking, but using a mastic gun to put on the seam sealer. Now, last time I did some masticing, it was on a building site, and I got in such a mess that I ended up pretty much just wearing my pants because I've got mastic all over me. Had to take my socks off, my t-shirt off, everything. I've already got it on my hand here, so hopefully I won't be in my pants. And I'm just going to quickly shout at the dog as well. Jet! No! That worked. Right. So I'm going to try and go across this seam here. It's going to be great. It's going to be so great. Honestly, it's going to be so great. It's going to be hilarious, really. So, oh. Or maybe I've got really good at it. Actually, this is going a lot better than I thought. Since having done my welding, it's quite a similar sort of operation, isn't it? Oh, no, this is going a bit all right. Okay. This is all right. Okay. Well, I haven't had to strip down to my pants yet, have I? So, all things considered, this is going pretty well. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Oh goodness, hang on. Now, I'm not going to smooth this out. I'm just going to literally just blob it on like this. Okay. Okay. I'm quite pleased with that. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's I'm gonna do, you won't be able to see it, but I'll do it around here. In fact, do you know what? You don't need to see me do all of it. So I'll switch this off and I'll bring you in when it's done. That went much better than expected. Disappointing. It went really well. Kind of gets like a tacky sheen to it as it starts to dry, so you can sort of manipulate it a bit and push it in, which I've been doing. And it doesn't stick on your finger as long as it's been licked. So yeah, I think that'll do. That will do. So I'll let this dry off just a little bit. It doesn't matter. I've gone around there as well just because I had some spare. Gone through there. It's okay. So I think I'll let this tack off just a little bit further, and then I'll go over it with go over this part here with the underbody seal. At least that's that part done. I imagine it's going to take 2 more days really. I've got to get to all this and to all that. Quite a lot of work really. But once that's done, I think I'm putting on chassis. So really close to start thinking about moving stuff from the old chassis to the new one. In fact, I'll quickly show you. So that's where the old chassis is parked now. Really what I've got to take off is the axle, or just the axle actually. I've got new springs, I've got new bushes, prop shaft I need. Not too sure about the fuel tank, may treat myself to a new one. And then the pedals, they need to come out. They're pretty floppy. There you go. So I know you can get sort of brass bushings and stuff like that. Oh, and the master cylinder for the clutch. Probably reuse that, although it's tatty. It's actually only, it looks tatty. It's only maybe a year or 2 old. It's relatively new. So that's all I need to take off. Got new springs. Haven't got any new shock absorbers yet. That's something I need to buy, but I can put them on at any time. So yeah, I mean, soon enough it'll be moving things about. Where is the new? There you go. New chassis poked over there still, so it's galvanised, so it doesn't matter. It's outdoors. And there's the other dog. Jet, can you please stop woofing at stuff? He says, I'll try, but I'll make no promises. So back to here. let that dry, probably give it, I don't know, 15 minutes, half an hour, and then yeah, it'd be good to get some underbody seal on there, and then at least one area's prepared. It's not really quite as tacky now. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to yeah, go over this with the underfloor seal, and that will wrap things up for today. Pretty good progress. There you go. That's just one quick coat. I will give it another coat. I mean, the great news about the product I'm using is that it's OEM spec, which is great. So yeah, it's Morris Minor 1961 OEM spec. Love it. So what are the chances? So I'll give this a quick give it a few minutes to dry off a little bit. And it went on very, very easily. And call it a day, I think. So I'll just let this dry, bring you back in right at the very end, and we can discuss what's next. Right. Just put the second coat on. Sorry for coughing. A bit fumey in here. But there we have it. That's pretty good progress as far as I'm concerned. So what next? I'm afraid it's going to be more of that same. It's going to be that, and then this area. So 2 more of pretty much the same. I've got to get into this tunnel here, clear that all out. It's going to be a bit back-breaking, to be honest with you, but it's okay. It needs to be done. I've got this far. I'm not going to give up. And then we're on to fun stuff. Not that this isn't fun, it's just, it's quite monotonous, isn't it? So, that will do for the time being. Next door having a barbecue, hence the chaos. Thank you for watching, I guess. I don't know when I'm going to be on this next. Maybe during the week. That'd be good to think. You know, it's taking me about 4 or 5 hours just to do this one part. So let's see how we get on. Maybe next time I'll do everything in one hit. I sort of clean everything, then prime everything, and then underseal everything in sort of that kind of process. But we'll see. Let's stop talking about it and just get on with it. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it as always. And see you soon.